continuing on with Warner Brothers, there is, of course, a movie coming out called Batgirl. And fortunately or unfortunately, depending on the way you look at it, one of the big reasons people are talking about Batgirls has nothing to do with Batgirl, has to do with Batman being played by Michael Keaton in this movie. This obviously got everybody excited. Of course, I got thrilled when I found out that Leslie Grace from
Love
In the
her.
Heights, who, listen, to me, In the Heights might be the most underappreciated film of last year.
Agreed.
I adore that movie. Like, I never knew anything about it before, and literally Ann and I, as the end credits started playing, we got up and we started dancing in the aisle of the movie theater. I love
Once
this
again,
movie.
no video.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear about you dancing unless we have the video.
It wasn't breakdancing. It wasn't
Any dancing. It pull a little La La Land in the theater. That would have been a wonderful thing to see.
That would have been a
That's
little bit more
100
graceful.
million view video right there.
So anyway, Leslie Grace being in it. There was another DC movie that was supposed to go straight to Warner Brothers HBO Max, which was Blue Beetle, but it's getting a theatrical treatment. I'm still kind of thinking that Batgirl may get the theatrical treatment, although for now, it is still scheduled to be an HBO release. Question has been, how will this movie be? Will it actually be good? Well, apparently, according to Leslie Grace, it's good, and they're already talking sequel at this point. This comes from the folks over at Joe Blow who write the following. Leslie Grace was talking, she laughs, she says, we got to see this one first, but there's definitely some talks about what it could be. I've seen somewhat of what we shot, obviously in the playback and stuff like that, and it's insane. We're already talking about where do we take this from here, because there's so much that happens in this film. There are a lot of different themes in the plot that we touch on. It's not just the action. There's a love story. There's this father-daughter relationship. There's looking at the world through the lens that isn't just black and white and seeing color and the spectrum of things. She wanted to say that, talking about Michael Keaton being on set in the Batman and seeing Michael Keaton on set, she writes, it was wild for everyone. Our directors were like two little kids. They're legit Batman nerds openly. He is Batman. I couldn't even believe I was sharing the space with Batman. I want to say more, but I can't. It was just insane, surreal, incredible. It was the stuff that dreams are made of, really. And that comes to us, of course, from Leslie Grace. And look, of course, the cynic is going to say, newsflash, actor praises their own movie. I mean, I guess I get that. Obviously, you have to take it with the slightest little bit of grain of salt. I understand. But when they start saying that there is already now talks about a follow-up and a sequel, obviously when these films get made, the producers are making these films in the hopes of it becoming a franchise. That's where the real cheddar's made. Obviously, the hopes are there, but you got to get there. And if they're seeing these dailies, and I believe they wrapped production recently, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe I was thinking about another movie, but if they're looking at these dailies and they're saying, you know what, it's time to start planning the second one, that bodes pretty well. It's also pretty exciting because all I can imagine I think Christian Bale was a better Batman than Michael Keaton. I think Ben Affleck was a better Batman than Michael Keaton. I think Robert Pattinson was a better Batman than Michael Keaton. But there's none of them. If I could have my choice of who would I freak out and geek out the most of if they walked into the room in their Batman costume, I'm telling you right now, it would be Michael Keaton. That's the one I would totally bomb my mind out of with Control, because I grew up with that one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I was going to say, because the different, we have that favorite and best thing going on.
Oh, yeah. I think these guys are better. We're better Batman. I prefer their iteration of Batman, but so much of my life was knowing him as Batman.
Yeah.
And so that would be a supreme moment. I mean, I went to the world premiere of the remake of RoboCop, right? And I was standing there with Michael Keaton. And I was like, I haven't been that nervous since standing in a room with Weird Al Yankovic. I know that sounds weird, but that's me.
It's a great sentence.
No pun intended. No pun intended. But standing there like 2 feet from Michael Keaton and getting to speak to Michael Keaton. But man, if he walked into a room in a Batman outfit, I would have lost my freaking mind. That would have been like the most incredible thing ever.
Him as Batman, that costume with the bat shield, the bat symbol, it's more, I mean, I love the Bale Batman. And I think Ben Affleck's Batman, that suit's great, but there is something about that yellow and black bat insignia.
So iconic.
Yeah, man. I mean, there's something about, I think you might be right about that. Like with that, the way the cape works. I mean, I know he couldn't move as well, but dude, I think you're right. You know, Michael Keaton in that Batman suit, if he walked in here, I'd lose my stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. 100% lose my mind. Hey guys, we want to take a moment and thank a sponsor of today's video, HelloFresh. So guys, look, my wife Ann and I were both working professionals, so we know how tricky, difficult, and time-consuming it can be to try to eat properly and prepare your own meals at home. And that's why, like over a year ago, we started using HelloFresh. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. I mean, you skip the trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and probably most importantly, affordable. HelloFresh offers the flexibility you need to easily customize your orders online or right in the app. Easily change your delivery day, food preferences, and plan size, or skip a week whenever you need to. HelloFresh is 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal of the exact same quality, and you can save on average over $65 a month when you order HelloFresh instead of going grocery shopping. So guys, I'm telling you, whether you are single or have a family, you are going to love HelloFresh. So go to HelloFresh.com/Campea16 and use the promo code Campea16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. That's again, HelloFresh.com/Campea16 and use that promo code Campea16 for up to 16 free meals and 3 free gifts. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Chris, what do you think about what we're hearing from Leslie Grace? First of all, about the concept about that now they're already talking sequel. I love hearing confidence in movies from studios going in, like as we're getting ready to come into them. This sounds like a vote of confidence to me. Her enthusiasm here is kind of infectious to me. What do you make of her words and freaking out over Michael Keaton as Batman, the possibility of a sequel? What do you think?
Well, first of all, I think Michael Keaton would agree with you that he's not the best Batman. He's gone on record talking about, I didn't really embody the comic book character like other people have. And it's one of the reasons why he ended up bowing out, was he was like, I don't think I'm doing this character the way some people want this character done. He had fun, he got out, and he's iconic in the role. Obviously, when you're an actor and you're promoting a project, you are going to say great things about it because hindsight is 20/20. And then after the fact, you get to go, oh yeah, we all knew it was a stinker, or oh, we all knew it was great, right? Or some people stand by their project. I love that they're talking about a sequel, but I am confused why we're not talking about it going to the big screen then. Like, I feel like that's the first step here before we talk next installment is, yep, you guys are getting what you want. You're going to see Keaton back on the big screen interacting with Batgirl as we want Batgirl and Batman to interact, not that animated movie nonsense that we had in The Killing Joke. So that's kind of where I'm confused right now. Is this trying to big it up so when it does come to the big screen, it all makes sense? Or are we just going straight to HBO and that's it?
Well, look, I'll tell you the thing that makes me feel, there are two things that make me feel like there's still a decent chance it gets moved to the theaters. Obviously, number one is the fact that they did that for Blue Beetle. Actually, I'm going to say there are 3 reasons why I believe there's a chance Batgirl could go to theaters. One, Blue Beetle, right? It was also supposed to go to HBO Max. They've decided to move that over. By the way, other Blue Beetle news, Sharon Stone has dropped out of the project. She's been replaced with Susan Sarandon.
Dude, I'm crying.
Yeah,
crying.
Like Academy level actresses swapping one for another, perfectly fine. So it comes out in the wash. So that's number one. Number two, there's new ownership. David Zaslav is now the boss. And so you could get a different philosophy about the Batgirl and all that kind of stuff with the new boss. The third reason I think there's still a chance, and I'm not saying count on it, I'm saying there's a chance. The third reason I think there's a chance Batgirl could still end up going to the movie theaters is because, okay, who's going to sign up to HBO Max for a Batgirl movie? I think you could get a lot of people interested and check it out, but I don't know that there's a lot of people that are going to go, well, I didn't have HBO Max before, but I'm going to go get it now. Whereas if you put it in theater, you can make some money, build some momentum for it, then put it on HBO Max, and then people who saw it in the theater who aren't HBO Max subscribers, you have to go, oh, okay, yeah, maybe now I'll check it out. So there could be a business case for that as well. Again, right now, let's be clear. The plans are officially still for this thing to go to HBO Max. Those are still the plans, and it may stay that way. I just think there's a chance.
That's perfect. That's perfect for me. I mean, I was telling the chat, like, low-key, I've been excited for this movie. I want to learn more about this Batgirl. I like the character in Injustice.
Low-key?
Yeah,
See Love and Thunder?
No. Yeah, so I can't wait to see this. Hopefully it's not too long. So if it's bad, then I don't have to dread over it. So that's it.
All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about this? Leslie Grace, the star of Batgirl, is saying that they're already talking about the sequel now. Everybody's freaking out over Michael Keaton as Batman. Do you think it'll stick on HBO Max? Those are the official plans right now, by the way. Or do you think there's still an opportunity there for this thing to go theatrical? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.